What up, Raytrons? Corey Lewis, Reyyy Station here for you today with some artwork and updates about the Reyyy and the Raytron and pins and a whole bunch of fun stuff in production. Hey, how you doing? Hope you guys are staying healthy and safe out there. Crazy times, but whatever. Here's some fun comics. Okay, Sharknife Fight Machine. Still working on this bad boy. The first chapter came out a month or two ago on my Raytron. Linked below, bottom left, right over here. Yeah, here's the cover and stuff. And today, I just want to talk some details about Sharknife. Hey, look at that. This is the Guangdong Factory, the restaurant in which Sharknife takes place. Sharknife is like a story. It's a Sentai, super Sentai means transforming mystical hero. And that's what Sharknife is. He's a transforming mystical hero who defends a restaurant. Not pictured, but most of these people work at the restaurant. It's infested with monsters, and Sharknife fights off the monsters. And here's the restaurant. Now, for most of the graphic novels so far, I had pretty much winged the restaurant. There was certain stylistic flares to the restaurant that were consistent, like this little wavy pillars over here on the side were always part of the Guangdong Factory. But for this new one, Fight Machine, that's what the new one's called. I don't know. Yeah. Well, I'm actually trying to cohesively map out the Guangdong Factory, the GDF, and somewhat simplify it a little bit too, so it's easy to redraw a million times. But mostly just really get the levels, the floors down, so I know exactly where all the action's happening. And I'm really going to play with the characters going up and down a lot of these and hanging out in a lot of these areas and stuff like that. So anyways, let's take a look. Floor 1. Okay, let's start at the basement. Basement, that's where the storage, like a lot of the raw food, rice, bags of rice, whatever. Maybe there's probably a cool walk-in down here somewhere too. Storage and boiler, and that's where the fires go on to, and you'll see in the story Caesar actually stokes the fires with some certain methods. And floor 2 going right on up to floor 1, here we got the dining room 1 and the kitchen. And yeah, so this is like the main place where people will walk in from their cars or whatever to the Guangdong Factory. This is entrance A. One of the main entrances, and there's also here on the stairs and in between the wavy pillars, you can also access the restaurant through here. It's open air over here, but that's kind of like, that's not like where you really walk in if you want to get seated and stuff. You gotta go walking over here. This is for like people exiting and stuff mostly, or just people saying hi or interacting, when the world's going good. And here's side entrance, another entrance. There's 3 entrances and a fourth, like a crew entrance in the back. So yeah, and there's gonna so entrance A, and there's gonna be entrance B over here, which is like the other main entrance, and this is the side entrance, like not the most main entrance, but still a pretty one. It's still like, that's where like the locals who know what's up use that. Maybe it goes through the bar or something like that. And moving right along to floor 2 and 3, we go to the dining room 2. Excuse me. And this is where a lot of so dining room 1 is also where the kitchen's at. So this is more like, get in, eat real quick, get out, and this is where the food gets made and stuff like that. And the kitchen has like an elevator or something that goes all the way up and down the whole Guangdong Factory for the food. And also the waiters and waitresses, whatever, are able to speedily deliver it everywhere. So floor 1 is more of a business, get stuff done, or not even business, let me rephrase that. It's like, don't mess about. You just want your food. You go in, go out, eat, maybe sit down, eat, get out. But if you want to have the full Guangdong experience, you go to floors 2 and 3, which is the yellow part here. Now, this is just a big open air dining room situation. And I'm going to say in Sharknife so far, volumes 1 and 2, this is where most of the action happens, because, there's a lot of jumping around, jumping up and down off ceilings, like huge like jumps. And that's where a lot floors 2 and 3, because it's like 2 floors, but a huge part of it over here is open, and over here is where it's like kind of levels and stuff like that. Yeah, this is like the main Guangdong show floor, like fancy shit. And over here too, this is going to be fun. This is like a vertical window with like a giant statue, and I think this is the statue actually that Caesar is polishing in Sharknife Volume 2. So with that said, that's something that I'm doing with Fight Machine that I'm really excited about, really proud of, is like I'm thinking of all these cool ideas, but they're not just new, it's fun ideas, wow, which is great. I love making those. I could make those all day. But the really fun ideas for Fight Machine tie into the already established lore of Sharknife, and it's really fun, and I'm very excited about it. But it ties into the previously established Sharknife lore if you've been following along with the books, but also, even if you haven't, it's not a huge deal. Like, you'll be able to see what the deal is, and as the story unfolds, so much more meaning is going to be applied to a lot of stuff. Let's just say, like, you know, his fortune cookies, for instance. His fortune cookies. Where do they come from? Blah, 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 blah. Wouldn't that be cool if a Sharknife book addressed that and situation in a cool way in a Sharknife book? That's what Fight Machine is going to be. Oh, yeah! It's not just gonna be cool fights and I'm so excited because the artwork looks cool. No. I'm excited because there's a lot of blueprints going into this comic book experience. So let's move right along. That's Dining Room 2. That's where the main Sharknife action mostly goes down. So we go to floor 4, which is the full service luxury bar. And this floor, hang on. This floor, it looks small, but that's only because these floors are actually pretty huge. Even floor 1, it like has a high ceiling or whatever, and floors 2 and 3 is like just one huge area, and then floor 4 is more like a standard, you know, floor for a building. And this one's supposed to be, you know, the full service luxury bar, like luxury. This is where the Guangdong gets fancy. And this is where, like, you know, the parents, whatever, can go get a drink, blah, blah, while the kids and younger people hang out down here. This is where, like, the more, like, you know, HBO stuff goes down. I don't know. No, I do know, though. And there's a bit of emphasis on floor 4 here, and the fact that it's a full service luxury bar, because, again, it plays into the story of Sharknife Fight Machine in a very cool way. It has to do with Chieko, with her family, because Chieko's pretty much running shit now at the Guangdong. Raymond, her dad, who's the creator, the founder of the Guangdong factory, see Sharknife Double Z for that, comes from a giant god shark's head. That's where the Guangdong factory comes from. But we'll maybe get into that more on Sharknife Fight Machine. Chieko's running shit, but some people show up in her life. I won't tell you who, has some spoilers, but some very important people that rattle Chieko's bones and make everyone else really excited, but there's some crazy shit going down. They will be taking over the luxury bar, the full service luxury bar. And all, by the way, so Chieko, Caesar, these new characters, Raymond, Rufio from Volume 2, who now works at the Guangdong factory, which is also, yes, a hook, shout out. Anyways, they all live up here in floors 5 and 6. Floors 5 and 6. The general living quarters area. This is, like, not for customers and stuff. Barracks, dojo, break room, living quarters. Yes, sir. Yes, indeed. With, like, there's the sign for the GDF over there. So some people get the luxury of having the neon sign glowing in. Lovely. They get that beautiful glow. So anyways, yeah, this is like the general living quarters and stuff, because in my previous drawings of the GDF, I'd always be like, oh, fuck. I knew that, like, the core, really important employees, like, live there, like Chieko, Caesar, Raymond, because, you know, Caesar, Sharknife, he's there to, like, defend the Guangdong factory from monsters and shit, so he should probably be there all the time. Yep, anyways, that's where people live. And there's also, like, yeah, there's a dojo up here, like a full area dojo for, you know, all the gang The Fortune Force actually is what they're called now. Basically, the fighting characters that live and work at the Guangdong factory, like Caesar, Chieko, Rufio, they're called. Oh, and Slim Fang. And the Spice Cadets. Oh my god, don't forget about Spice Cadets. Remember the Spice Cadets, guys? They were in the first book. I think they're in the second book too, but not as heavily as they were in the first book. The Spice Cadets are basically the junior versions of Sharknife and the Sentai powers. The daring powers. And they also help deliver food throughout the city, which is a whole other thing that I could talk about. Right now we're just focusing on the Guangdong. But anyways, they all live up in here. And also, what have we got here? Oh yeah, that's just listing people who live here. Oh yeah, there's like a nice patio up at the VIP. I mean, not... Well, it is kind of VIP. The full-service luxury bar. There's a nice patio with freaking palm trees coming out of it. It looks small here, but this is where I want, like, you know, there'd be like deck chairs here. I don't know. This is where like really fancy shit can go down, and like really beautiful views of the city over here, stuff like that. Living quarters. Also with the living quarters, it's like it's mostly for customers only, but I'm sure there's tons of regulars who know about the living quarters. And there's also like a living area, like a nice, like fancy, probably like arcade machines, stuff like that. So probably like really special people. Maybe you start at the bottom and you get better status. You get to like the main dining room, then you get like, oh, get some drinks. And if you're super cool throughout the whole night, you get to hang out up in the living quarters and stuff and play some video games and stuff. Maybe even spar in the dojo at the Guangdong factory. Shit, I gotta put all that in a chapter. Mental note. Chapter about some kind of Guangdong VIP who go through all of it. That sounds dope. Remind me in the comments. Post a comment below you want to see someone go through the Guangdong, get wasted, and end up hanging out with the crew in the living quarters. Comment below. Ha ha ha. Do it. And even when I was redesigning it for Fight Machine, the Guangdong factory, I was contemplating getting rid of a couple floors or something, simplifying it even more. But as I drew this, and this is pretty simplified, I'd say, as far as the designs go, it ended up being more floors, because, yeah, just because reasons. So, story reason, Fight Machine, they just pretty much expanded, they built upwards. This used to be like, whatever, I'll think of all that shit later. But, long story short, we have a 7th floor now. And this is the command center. This is where, like, oh babies. This is where, like, all the nerve Evangelion shit goes down when Sharknife launches out into the city, and, like, Chieko, whoever, stays behind to monitor all the situations. This is where, like, the Reyyy room is. I was trying to think of the fucking name last night. Reyyy room, bridge, fucking... there's a name for it even better that I like even better, but I can't think of it right now. But I call it command center right now. Right, water supply, a chimney shaped like Sharknife's head up here to, so it, like, looks... specific, unique amongst the skyline of Coastalvania, the city in which Sharknife takes place, and also my personal brand. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, another observation deck / launch deck. These, like, little pillars on the sides are where, like, Sharknife or the Spice Cadets, Saber Seal, Slida Penguin, whoever of the amazing Sharknife characters. Hey, I gotta be my own hype man, okay? Fuck it. I'm gonna fucking love my characters. This is where they hang out, observe the city, and, like, launch out into the city if they need to, which Sharknife et al. Definitely need to, because they are delivery people in Sharknife Fight Machine. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Wow, that's 15 minutes of me talking about the Guangdong factory. You're damn right. Yeah, actually, this is part of the plan. I planned on making, like, video... Damn, finger keeps getting... Plan on making more videos, process videos of how this is all being made. And Fight Machine, my peoples, I don't know. I'm really excited about it. I don't want to overhype it too much. I mean, the actual release of the comic is still going to take some time. Comics are hard, man. But story-wise and everything, I'm legit fucking pumped about this shit. Like, I've had a vague idea always what I want to do with the third Sharknife, and, like, I just keep adding layers and layers and layers, then I'd strip it away, but I would, like, figure out which parts worked and keep those parts, and then arrange it really nice, just kind of like this Guangdong fact. I'm talking about the comic now, the actual, like, sequence of events that goes down the comic. And I got a pretty good skeleton for it like a month or two ago. Like legit, like where I can work off of it, no problem. And now at this point, I'm just putting in some fun spices, really good spices, like tying it all up with things that come back, like I mentioned earlier, full circle for the Sharknife lore, you know? And you wouldn't have to have followed it. Fight Machine could be your first Sharknife book ever. And in a way, I kind of want it to be. I absolutely want it to be for like a whole new generation, whatever. I love the first two books, but this one is the one where I'm like, this is Sharknife. This is Sharknife. This is what Sharknife has always meant to be, you know? Like, and we're going to see it all. Like the monsters, where do they come from? What is going to happen with them? Why does Sharknife kill them? Where do they go when he kills them? What's the future in store with Sharknife? What about the fortune cookies? What about his dad, Daring, which has been mentioned once or twice? The guy who created the powers. Umbra. Where's Umbra right now? Sharknife's rival. Yeah, and a whole bunch of new characters too, like Viper Sniper, the new antagonist character. She's got a whole squad. And the Fight Machine itself. What is the Fight Machine? What is it? And I tell you, I got all those questions answered in Fight Machine. And man, I don't know. I just been like studying tons of shit, like watching interesting. You know, I'm audiobooking 24/7. I usually have Song of Ice and Fire in my headphones. I just refinished the entire series once again. And I don't know what people's opinions are on audiobooks, but personally, I love the shit out of them. And I, like, pay attention, man. I'm not just like, you know, like, I do have it in and I just, you know, do stuff. But I pay attention. And, like, the breadcrumbs, the exposition, all that shit, like, or the lack thereof, the way the exposition is done, like, I'm studying that. And, like, recently I watched The Leftovers. The Leftovers, a TV show on HBO starring Justin Theroux. Oh my god, man. I'm a fucking poet and I didn't know it. And that show was pretty fucking cool. It almost lost me 2 or 3 times. I had fun, like, making fun of it. Like, oh god. Like, I kept saying a million times, David Lindelof is really good at presenting mysteries. Like, really compelling, interesting, even visually interesting mysteries. Like, there's like, in season 2 at the beginning, there's, like, random pies on people's doorsteps. And you're like, where do these pies come from? And it's like, that's brilliant, though. It's cute, because, like, everyone loves pies. You know, stuff like that. So I'm trying to do that with Sharknife. You know, like, now that I have these fun mysteries that I'm laying out, I'm like trying to pepper it into the story into a fun, creative way, so that there's breadcrumbs, you know. And like I said, like, it's devices that are already known in Sharknife. So it's like, it's all these previous things that may have lacked in Sharknife that are coming kind of full circle with Fight Machine, and I'm really excited about it. And, like, I just have to draw it. That's what's up. Well, the thing is, too, no, it's actually good that I'm still taking my time right now, because all these breadcrumbs, to bake it in effectively, you gotta do it from the start, you know? Like, so even the chapter 1 that I released recently, it still stands. Definitely still stands. Still works within all the parameters I had set, although I have some new flourishes that are even better, but that stuff isn't going to take off till the next chapter and beyond, so we're good. It's good that it's taken a while for all this stuff to congeal. That's 20 minutes, baby. Wow. I don't even care, man. I could go on forever. Hopefully you guys enjoy content like this. I think you probably do. Right, so this is the south side. North side's over there. I'm going to draw the other sides too, but they're going to look pretty similar to these. There's some kind of symmetry. Well, I don't know. Actually, maybe not. These would probably be okay. The internal monologue. Yeah, some cards over here. A bit of scale. I mean, it's not exactly to scale. Like up here, like these people would be much smaller in there too. Oh, I just moved something with the tool. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, so I'm gonna go hit undo. This is all my own setup. This is a Wacom Mobile Cintiq Studio Pro. Right, that was actually going to be part of the video. I totally moved into a new space, too. And look at this gloriousness. This is Coastalvania Labs 2.0. Yeah, that's Batman VHS over there. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. New digs. Over here is all the Coastalvania stuff, pin production, etc. I mean, I've been still producing through all these troubling times and stuff like that. But we're about to be back in much more full effect very soon. New pin designs and stuff incoming, and that could be part of the video right now. Here's my little workstation. There's May. Oh, this. Oh, this. This is the Tower of Power, I call it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That is a vertical shelf from Amazon. I literally searched vertical shelf on Amazon, and that's probably all you'd have to do to find it. It's like a silver metal shelf thingy with shelves you insert, and the pictures, show it every single shelf inserted. But for these systems, I left a shelf out, so there was space. And then, I had them flat initially on the shelves, and the shelves are small. That's the only caveat for this pretty neat vertical shelf, is that they are small. They're actually I think they're like 8 inches by 8 inches, and most old school consoles are much bigger than that, the Saturn especially. So that was a problem. So I solved that by using these wire book holders, also findable on Amazon, also by searching wire book holders. I used those to support these systems. And the thing about these wire book... Wait, funny side story about that, actually. There's none for the GameCube, because there's not really space for there. Gotta love the GameCube handle, but not good for displaying and stuff. Anyways, the funny part is, GameCube actually has freaking feet, rubber feet on the frickin' front of it, as if it was almost designed if you wanted it to be tilted or something. That is crazy. I feel like I'm the only one in the world who might have unlocked that secret gimmick about the GameCube. I love this shelf, and I pretty much just wanted a vertical shelf for my systems. No fuss, no muss, just be able to see them. So I use this method to display them, and honestly, I just love this. I love seeing them at an angle like this, Right, so pins. That was a hefty segue showing you all my lab. So pins. It's been a minute. Been waiting for these new pin designs, but finally I have stuff to show for those. Hey, look. Bing. These are pictures from the manufacturer. So this is a gold pin with pink screen printing and black enamel. And that is pretty lovely. That's going to be gorgeous when that comes in. I've been waiting something like 4 months for these. And so have people who have pre-ordered them, and I'm so sorry. Because basically when I put in the order, it was Chinese New Year, Lunar New Year. Happened immediately when I put in the order. I was like, damn it. Or even a week before or something, I put in the order, but they weren't able to produce it at the time. And then everything happened with the pandemic and stuff, so these have taken a long time. That's also why I'm just I'm still doing shipping and stuff, of course, for Coastalvania and everything, but I've been kind of calm on it right now, more focusing on comics and stuff at the moment. Kind of for that reason, because I'm waiting for this new shipment, and finally when I get this new shipment, it's going to be a whole new chapter of Coastalvania 2.0. I think these pins are going to signify it. Here's another one. Boom! Hotly anticipated Nasangelian Unit 01 pin. Now, the screen printing on this one is a little off. The purple. A little, unfortunately. The same kind of deal happened with my Unit 2 pin, which is the same. It's Unit 2, but with the whole nerve. I call these Nasangelian. Sometimes, because, that's really small details to get perfect, So some of them will come out looking like that. I am pretty confident, hopefully, a lot of them will be more online. But even this one is not so bad. I think it, because it's gold underneath, so it kind of just looks like it's shining or something like that. Sun's shining on them or something like that. Yeah, in the background there's wings, and there's a third one, a Thundercats one coming that I don't have pictures of yet. But yeah, these are finally coming. It's gonna be huge. I'm gonna get way back into Coastalvania, hyping that up. I want to do a thing actually where I pick out a pin a week or something and talk about it specifically, like the designs behind it and the references, etc. That'll be pretty fun. And let's just take a look what else is cooking in the tabs. Oh, this is a music video I did. Oh, you get y'all who subscribe. Y'all who subscribe to my Patreon, link right over there, have already seen this. This is a freaking music video I worked on with an awesome team here in Seattle, with a production company World Famous. My homies at World Famous, Juan, etc. Oh, shit's upside down. That's okay. Yeah, that's a music video I did. And there's a lot more to it than this. This is just one screen because I don't want to show too much. But hopefully that'll be dropping soon. It's for the band. They're called Stick to Your Guns. I don't know if you've ever heard of them. They're pretty badass though. I actually really like the song. The song's called Weapon. And the video also has to do with that. Anyways, let's keep looking at stuff I'm working on. Oh, here's some Patreon commissions. This is a Bad Rock I'm working on, inspired Rob Liefeld, not inspired, straight up Rob Liefeld character. These are a series of Liefeld drawings. There's a Major X. Here's Genie, and there's more too, but I can't find them right now. But yeah, there's a certain Raytron. What up, Luke Crow? Keep them going for Liefeld drawings here, so that's all cool. Maybe eventually I'll probably do a Liefeld zine or something if anyone wants to get on that. We'll see. Oh, here's Gunbrain. Good old Gunbrain. I'm working on the second part right now. Pages are in progress. I don't want to show them, though, because that's some spoilers. Hopefully I think this will be the comic for this month, April. Yes. Oh, yeah, shoot. The comic. I have something to address for that, too. This has been a long video, because frankly, I'm working on a ton of shit. I should do more updated videos, so it's less. Whoa, that's a cool thing. I'm not supposed to show that too much. Oh, shirts. I'm making shirts. Oh man, I forgot how cool this is. The little rain cloud guy. Oh, you freaking cameraman. Oh man, that little cloud guy. And that's like a little CV lightning bolt. Oh man, for Coastalvania. Front, back, shirt I'm working on. Need to like finish that. There's just so many projects, you know. Anyways, okay. Oh, this is what regarding comics, and I meant to put this up. Let's see, January, February, March had no comic update. So sorry. I think we all understand, though. You know, it was a fucked up month. I think we all get a pass for March or something anyways. So for April, I'm going to try to do two things then. Oh, baby. Patreon comics. Okay, let's just go over here. This is my laptop. It's a Capcom artwork for the laptop. Boom! That is it on an actual browser. Patreon comics. Pay to play. Only Ratrons at the $3 plus tier can view full content. Click here to gain access. This will take you to my Patreon, of course. But yeah, this here is a public website. I mean, it's not up yet, but it will be a public website where anyone can view all the titles that are on the Patreon. Oh, look at this. You know what, guys? I really like my comics. I really like my creations and shit. I think they're some of the best ever made. And frankly, it's absurd that the world has not gripped it yet. But hey, maybe this site will help change that shit. And you know what's funny? This is not even everything that's on the site yet. This is just getting my bearings for the site. There's like 6 more titles that y'all have seen that will be going down here and stuff. Okay, and so, I don't know, the basic idea is... Okay, ongoing titles right here. Sharknife Fight Machine, Gunbrain, and Pineapple. Although, by the time I get this site up, Gunbrain will probably be finished. But I do have plans for a second Gunbrain as well. So Sharknife, obviously, is going to be the main ongoing title. And then you go underneath the titles. I'm sorry, I'm a Rick. You just have to deal with it. Sharknife Fight Machine, blah, blah, blah. So there's a sample and read comic, and then bust it up into parts 1, 2, 3, blah, blah, blah. So read comic will take you to a Patreon page that is accessible only by being part of the Patreon. Doesn't do anything yet, doesn't work yet. I'm still working on the page. This has been a while since I've worked on HTML, but yeah. So read comic will take you to the full-on fight machine, everything, and then down here will be, for ease of use for people who are keeping along, will be the different parts right here, 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you just want to read part 6, just click on it real quick. And then best of all, or most accessible of all, is the sample right here, which anyone will be able to click on to see some excerpt pages, scenes, particular fun stuff from the comic, maybe a whole chapter, stuff like that. It might change based on the month or whatever. But yeah, there will be something for everybody on the Reyyy Comics websites. Every single book will have like at least a sample chapter, for people to get a feel. And then hopefully, if people like it, then you can just go ahead and sign up for $3 a month. This is why I say this is like my Reyyy Netflix. It's like for $3 a month, you just come back, you can view any of the titles. Look at this, Sharknife double feature, Dead Naked. That one's ongoing as well. I might move that to the ongoing, whatever. Pang. The first Pang, complete. Dream Skills, complete. Aurum, complete. Freeze, complete. And there's a whole bunch more stuff I haven't added yet, like fun little side projects, etc., shorter stories, etc. Over here will be like news, where I just type stuff, what's new, etc. And over here explains the whole thing. I think I just explained it, whatever. Ah, yes! The Wall of Fame, Buddha. Only 2 people here so far, and then some blah, blah, because I'm just building the site. But this is fun. This is going to be fun. Of course, this is going to be all current patrons, but here's the deal, too. It's going to be all patrons ever from henceforth. Even if you can't keep up, whatever, your name will still be on the Wall of Fame. But of course, the higher tiers will be higher. But yeah, that's just a fun thing. Like, even if you can't, I get it. You can't always stay subscribed, but your name will still be on there as a show of thanks. And hopefully you'll come back sometime. You hear? Anyways, yeah, I'm very excited about this website. It's going to be monumental. And Sharknife Fight Machine right there will be updating constantly. All that shit I was just talking about, the Guangdong, all that shit is going to be all up in there with all the behind the scenes stuff too on the Patreon. Oh, and Pineapple. Yeah, you'll notice Pineapple's there because I have been working on it a little bit. I have 2 chapters that are on the Patreon already that you can read already. And those are like out of place, out of order chapters. But, and like the old me would be like, I have to start at the beginning, and tell the story. But now I'm kind of just like, fuck it. Pineapple should just be the thing where I'll just draw random parts from the story anywhere in the story and upload them. And eventually maybe it'll come together to form something. It's pretty much experimental. But, whenever I feel like it, I'll be updating Pineapple and Gunbrain and Sharknife. And that's the main deal for Reyyy Comics. All right. Wow. That's a lot of the stuff I'm working on right now. They're Gundam. A lot of stuff I'm working on right now. And frankly, I am loving it all. Oh, and a soon goal too, besides all of this, but works into this as well. Gunbrain is the shortest of these comics. It's a 40-page comic, and I'm currently finishing the last 20 pages, the second half. And the plan is, once that second half is done, I will be launching some kind of crowdfunding for a Gunbrain fancy printed edition. Nice printed edition. I make my own zine copies, but this one will be more like an actual book with a spine. Really nice. And the deal is it'll be complete before I even start that campaign. And now I'm super versed at all the mailing and stuff because of Coastalvania. So really, there's really nothing to worry about with Gunbrain. I've had a couple messy Kickstarters in the past, but that was years ago. And I'm ready to try again on a book I really believe in this time, Gunbrain. So I hope you guys check that out when that's happening. And wow, if anyone watched all this, that's just wow, you're amazing. But into some Walt Disney kind of shenanigans and shit. So This is the real shit here. All right, Raytrons, until next time, I'll see you guys later. Stay safe. Bye-bye.